Talk about bad timing. The president's sending out a firestorm of tweets touting how much better things are under his administration. But the census just reported median household income dropped last year and is still down 6.5% since before the recession hit. Now, Wayne, sure doesn't look like we're better off.
Well, obviously, we're not. I mean, the statistics shows that. The statistics says we're 6.5% worse off than we were 5 or 6 years ago. So you can't argue with the numbers. The numbers are what they are. Now, maybe somebody wants to feel good about it, and some sections of the economy are better off. There's no doubt about that. But as an overall thing, no.
Juan, I'll throw you another number that the census came out with. Poverty levels at around 15%, still extremely elevated, not getting any better. Where are we better off in America?
Oh my gosh, you want me to go through the numbers for you?
Sure.
As Wayne said, let's
numbers.
look at the statistics.
All right.
The unemployment level, 5.1%. I think Mitt Romney said he was hoping to get it down to 6. Let's talk about gas prices.
Okay,
gas prices, I don't know.
We'll get to gas in a second. But first of all, your unemployment number, if you put all the people that have left the labor force under President Obama back into that number, you're pushing 10% unemployment. I'm just telling you. People are leaving.
I'm just telling you right now, the way that we measure unemployment has not varied, and it is at a very low level, 5.1%. Layoffs are at a record low. You look at gas prices.
Wages are not growing.
That's not going. That's a matter of the private sector.
It's a litmus test of the economy, Juan. Come on.
Let's talk about people who are uninsured. Obamacare has driven down the number of people who are uninsured in this country.
Yeah, that's what happens when you force people
16 million Americans insured now.
I don't care what country you're in, what country. This is the best country to start a business and to do business. And you'll notice that the GOP debate, they don't even talk about the economy because Obama is right.
Okay, go ahead, Michelle.
Okay, the reason why the unemployment rate is down, not because Obama is some economic superhero who came in and saved the economy, it's because people have completely given up work. We have a record number of people who have stopped looking for a job. We have a record number of people who are in part-time jobs. So this idea that people are doing fine and dandy, no, Juan, if you talk to average Americans, they're not doing fine. They don't feel that recovery. And poverty is going up 14.8%. What kind of recovery is that?
Let me go ahead.
Well,
Jess?
I mean, it's a recovery fit for the kind of recession that he inherited. I mean, Obama. I'm sorry to bring up George Bush.
It's still Bush's fault.
So much is Bush's fault.
2 terms. Bush has,
no. It's not.
How does Bush have to do with this? What does he have to do with this? Obama's had 2 terms.
That it's not just in an imaginary environment that Barack Obama dreamed up, and he said, "I'd love to take over."
No, Jess, it's not. But Barack Obama is tweeting out how great things are.
But I have a yes, and I'll speak to that. I think that is a mistake. I think that this is a messaging problem. I was looking at recent polls over the last month. Pew put out that only 10% of people say that they're receiving good news about the economy. 64% of people are unsatisfied with the economy. 76% think that their children won't do better than they do. So then when the president comes out there and says that, he seems incredibly out of step with how the average American is feeling. So I think it's a middle ground issue.
Jess, can you talk to Juan in the break and explain those numbers to him?
Juan, I'll text you.
Go ahead, John.
Jessica makes a really good point. I mean, the statistics might be better, but as you pointed out, Jessica, a lot of people aren't necessarily feeling it. You know, the ultra wealthy. Listen, the stock market's gone up. I think a lot of that has to do with the Fed's easy money policy. It has to do with great companies like Facebook and Amazon and the like. But look at some of those statistics that were cited. The poverty rate, what's gone up is food stamp usage, student loan debt, all types of entitlement programs, and specifically among certain groups like African Americans. This has been well documented.
The black unemployment rate is a very big problem.
So let me bring that to Juan. The black unemployment rate is elevated, extremely high. How's this? Income inequality under President Obama is at the widest point it's been in 10 years. He's increased the income inequality. Think about that.
No. I don't know about he's increased it. I guess you could say the Fed has increased it because people are putting more money in the market. But and the market's paying off, and we haven't changed the tax structure to say to people who are making capital gains, hey, you should pay a higher tax than the secretary, as Warren Buffett famously said. But you're right. But the thing is about especially the black unemployment rate. This is not a change. It's not as if, oh, it was much better in the previous administration.
Exactly.
No, it's the same deal.
Can I just clarify that? It was 12% in 2008. It's 16% today.
Right. So the thing is, under our first African American president, it didn't get any better for African Americans, at least economically in the country.
This is the Reagan principle, which is a rising tide lifts all boat. If he had gone and just said, oh, I'm going to just particularly address the black population, you would have said, what kind of president is that? He should be a president for all America.
I think the point is that we've seen that the policies that we've implemented, raising minimum wage, taxing the rich, regulating business.
Wage.
Hold on.
It's being blocked.
Those are policies that are not working. That is what he's advocating for. That's only going to make things worse.
All right,
and I think if... I'm sorry, we're leaving it?
We have to leave it there. And I'm sure it was a great thought, but we'll bring it out in the next block. Coming up, Carly getting bashed for slashing jobs when she was CEO of HP. But others say that might be exactly what D.C. needs right now. Who's right?